The young man who survived an abortion. A few days ago, I told you guys a pretty funny story about one of my son's friends who actually survived an abortion, and they all called him Harry Potter because he was the boy who lived. Now, the odds of a child surviving an abortion is less than 0.5%. So naturally, I became curious and I started talking to him. I did ask him if it was okay if I shared his story on my platform, and he said yes. And I said, hey, give it a couple more days and then I'll come back and ask you. And as of this morning, after I asked him if it was okay, he still said yes. So the story goes that his mom and his dad were in college together, and they were a young couple, and they were just head over heels for one another. There was even talks of being married as soon as they graduate college. And then about 8 months before college graduation, mom finds out, I'm pregnant. Mom tells dad is super excited, super happy. They're both very excited to start a life together, to start a family. They were picking out names, they were telling family members, everything. They couldn't be more happy. And then 6 months before graduation, mom finds out that dad went to a party and there were other females there, and mom got really jealous. Mom confronts dad, accusing him of cheating. Dad denies everything. Dad said, no, absolutely not. Everything was on the up and up. It was just a party. He got drunk and he passed out. Mom then talks to other people who were at the party, and everybody was confirming what dad said, but mom didn't believe it. Anger and jealousy took over mom's entire being, and anytime dad was doing anything, she would always question it and always accuse him of going out to cheat. Dad's still denying everything, that he never cheated, he doesn't even want to cheat, that she needs to calm down or else he's gonna have to leave her. Mom, fueled with anger and jealousy, thinking that dad might be leaving her for another woman, the woman that he allegedly cheated on her with, starts making threats. Threatening that if he ever leaves her or even thinks about leaving her, she's gonna have an abortion. Dad, very hurt by this and very scared about this, reluctantly stays with mom. Dad is calling all kinds of different family members, asking for advice on what to do and how to handle this situation. Nobody really had an answer for him. Until one day, mom snapped and accused dad of cheating on her with his own sister. And dad, of course, disgusted and angry, says, I'm done, and he leaves. Mom then starts harassing dad, sending him numerous letters, numerous phone calls to his house and his mom's house. Until one day, she made good on her threat. She went to a clinic, tried to have an abortion. She thought it worked, but it turns out it didn't. When mom finally realized that the abortion didn't work, she wanted to have another one. She went to the clinic, and the clinic told her no. Apparently, too much time has passed, and it would have been illegal for them to do it. She gave birth to her son and gave him to her sister and her husband. And dad has been long gone. Nobody can find him. Nobody can get in contact with him. So dad has no idea that his son lives.